What it do, people? Man, I feel like it has been forever. Do me a favor, come on in. I'm not going to be on here long. I got a very, very quick word as we continue our series on relational witchcraft. I know we've been in this probably for a couple of months now, but we want to continue that. It's good to see y'all. Do me a favor, go ahead and share this. My name is Brian Meadows. I want to welcome you to the Gifted Program, or as we are calling it, the Space Program right now, only because we're planning to go very, very deep. We're planning to go into areas, into places that men have never ventured, as it relates to revelation, as it relates to insight, as it relates to the mind of God. And we're going to do that really, really quickly. I got something very, very short I want to give to you guys. And then I'm going to let y'all go. All right. So I'm not going to be on here long, but I want to say what's up. I got a first. Sam, it's good to see you. I need my people to come on in. Come on in, people. I need my people to come on in. Sam, it's good to see you. Tish, it's good to see you. Joyful, it's good to see you. Maya, it's good to see you. Tiffany Buckner, we got to have lunch. The Lord spoke to me while I was on vacation. We need to talk. Joshua, is good to see you, man. Thanks so much for being on. Sam, is good to see you. Taryn Fox, Odetta, Christine, Prophetess Joanne, is good to see you. Josiah, Michael, what's going on? George is in the building. The money maker himself. We got Chrissy. We got Kira. What's going on, Kira? What's going on, Kira? I miss you, Kira. What it do? We got Shim in the building. Shim, is good to see you. What it do? Flatina, it's good to see you, Flatina. You know I always love your support. Dr. Karen, I got your text message. All right, I'm still on vacation today. I officially come back from vacation tomorrow, but I got your text message, so I wasn't ignoring you. I did get that, but it's good to see Fawn. It's good to see Marissa. What it do? What it do? What it do? Lo Shoin. I don't know how to say that. Nikki, is good to see you. Monica, it's good to see you. Risa, we got big Risa in the building. Georgie and Neil Tristan. Rachel is in the building. What it do? Come on in, y'all. Come on in. So we've been in a series for the past few weeks talking about relational witchcraft. And I'm going to be honest, when we first started it, we were going a little bit deeper. See, I got my seers. Look, y'all, if you have never taken one of my e-courses, you are missing it. We create not just curriculum, but we create community. I got some of my e-course fam on here. They're taking my e-course seers, and I just finished doing a teaching tonight on Photoshop, on Canva, on on Adobe Premiere, just talking about video editing, talking about graphic design, and that was phenomenal. So for all my seers, everybody that's in our e-course, shout out to you guys. I want to make sure that we shout out all the anomalies. If you are an anomaly, put your A up. I forgot how we do it. Put your A up, but let me know if you are an anomaly. And if you're a part of my mentorship course, I want to shout you out as well. It's good to see all y'all. Now, I'm only going to be on here for a couple of minutes. And as a matter of fact, hold on. Hold on. I'm only going to be on here for a few minutes. Do me a favor, go ahead and share this. If you have learned anything over the past few weeks as it relates to witchcraft, the different types of witches, the different tools that witches use to mesmerize and to control, to manipulate, and to intimidate us, if you've learned anything, do me a favor, share this. Go ahead and like this, all right? If you haven't liked it yet, go ahead and like this, and then go ahead and share it, all right? Export. All right. So this is what I'm trying to do. I'm going to change this template real quick. Let's do some dark paper. Right. Now I got to figure out. Hold on. Come on in, people. It's good to see you guys. We're about to get started. Tonight we're dealing with 5 different people, 5 different types of people that I want you to be on the lookout for. 5 different types of personalities that if they're in your life, if they're close to you, if they're in your proximity, I want you to be familiar with. We're going to start that real quick. Hold on. Come on. Hold on real quick. Ah. Hold on. Okay, hold on 1 second, people. Okay, there we go. That's what we're talking about tonight. All right, 5 different types of people that I want you to look out for. I keep wanting to say that I want you to avoid, but avoidance is not always the best way to confront or the best way to deal with these 5 different types of people. And so that's what we're going to talk about. But it's good to see everybody. First of all, how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? All right, there's 2 people that are in my mind right now. All right. There's 2 people that are in my mind. And that is Bill Cosby and y'all, what is the name of the girl who's been doing amazing in like track and field, and all of a sudden they caught her, like, you know, they caught the drug test was like something. I think they found marijuana in her drug test or something like that. Who is that? What's her name? What's her name? Sha'Carri. Sha'Carri. Sha'Carri Richardson. All right. So before we start anything, I wanted to at least address those two things. And if you're just now joining us, what it do, people? It's good to see you. No. We're going to talk about it. All right. If you're just now joining me, my name is Brian Meadows. I want to welcome you to the Space program. This is usually the Gifted program, but we're just doing something a little bit different while we're kind of between series. We're finishing up Relational Witchcraft, and we're moving into a new series about finding our voice, about breaking the muzzle, our prophetic responsibility. And we're going to go into that in probably a couple of weeks. But these topics have been really, really close on my mind. And it's something I want to deal with. All right. It's something I want to deal with. And so, number one, so Sha'Carri Richardson. Oh, I appreciate it. Appreciate the shirt. So if y'all have been following like the Olympics, which I do, I love the Olympics. My wife loves the Olympics. And so we've pretty much had the Olympics on in our house nonstop since the Olympics started, right? And we've been watching it. We've been watching different runners, different gifts, different abilities, different people begin to emerge, all this different kind of stuff. Now, I don't necessarily know where you land on the whole issue, right? I see some of y'all in the comments like God exposed her and God corrected her and God did this and God did that and God did this. Well, why haven't God corrected you yet? Why haven't God slapped your trophy out your hand yet? Why haven't God exposed you yet? And maybe you don't have weed in your system, but maybe you got hoe in your system. Maybe you ain't got weed in your system, but you got liar in your system, complainer in your system, exaggerator in your system. I don't know what you got in your system, but you weren't available to do a drug test for them to find out what impediments you have in your system. You know, I think that number one, whenever we find people that are greatly gifted, we always try to find something in their life that normalizes them so we don't feel as bad as being as mediocre as we are. You know what I mean? Like whenever we see somebody great, we have to find out like they can't be that great. They can't be that good, right? Like God isn't using them because they're special. Maybe they're not popular or maybe they're not famous because they're special. And you're right. They are no more special than you. The only difference is they decided to go all in on their gift, on their ability, on their opportunity. They decided to bet on themselves. They did not have fear. They did not have religion. They did not have any preconceived notions that became an impediment to their confidence. They just believed that they could do it. And a lot of times people that can't do get jealous of people that actually do, and they start to look for little things that excuse their level of mediocrity. And so all of these people started to try to be like, see, I knew this, or I knew that, or I knew that, or all this different kind of stuff. So I don't know where you guys stand on, but this is where I stand on it. Number one, if there is a law or if there is a rule that says if you're going to run, if you're going to compete, then you cannot have any drugs in your system. If that is a rule that is expressly communicated and everybody knows it, then she was wrong. All right? Period. Point blank. If there is a rule that is being enforced, it is expressly communicated, hey, if you're going to do this, you cannot do these drugs. Then she was wrong. She was wrong. All right? To try to take her trophy away, to try to invalidate her hard work because of weed or because of what she did. For me, let me say it like this. For me, that doesn't make sense, because if you're trying to say that the drug gave her an advantage, or if you're trying to say that the drug enhanced her, then that's a no-go. All right? We don't make you run faster. We don't give you superhuman ability. So if she has steroids, if she has something in her system that gave her an advantage athletically over other athletes, I would say take her trophy and ban her from the sport for some time until you can test her again to make sure that there are no ability enhancing drugs in her system. Period. All right. But if the drugs that she took do not enhance her athletic ability, then I don't think that you should take her trophy. If what she was taking, if her drugs don't enhance her athletic ability, then you should not take her trophy. If you want to suspend her, if you want to reprimand her or fine her, I think that that's a better punishment. But to take her trophies and to invalidate the physical labor that she did, no. If she was high when she ran, hear me, she wouldn't have won. So I think, again, we're always looking for a reason to invalidate, to make a person human or normal, or to cause any aspersion or to cause any doubt on their ability or their character. And so I think that's the issue. So that's number one. So I think that, I don't even know if y'all ready to have this conversation, but I think that the church, and I think that spiritual leaders have to do a better job explaining the nuance of drug abuse and addiction in the society that we are in now. Because I think anybody that just wants to just throw everybody in jail, make everybody a weed head, make everybody like crazy or somehow deficient because they may have addictions or they may use some type of whatever the case may be. I think that we have to have a more mature outlook, and I think that we have to be willing to have conversations about it, and we have to have conversations. Nobody said nothing. Hear me. Let me actually look it up real quick. Do y'all remember Michael Phelps? Y'all don't remember Michael Phelps? Michael Phelps, which was an Olympic, like he swam. He was smoking weed and getting drunk and getting DUIs. Y'all remember Michael Phelps? So, I don't think it was a big deal. I think that hopefully the Lord gives her grace, that they don't take her trophies and they give her another opportunity. And I think that we will know how important. Right. It does feel a little racist to me, just a little bit. It feels a little something, because I don't remember them trying to make this big of a deal out of it or trying to make Michael Phelps look like he was a drug addict, look like he was a crackhead, look like he was poor or something like that. And they've done all that to Shakira. So, yeah. Okay. But we also got to deal with Bill Cosby. I don't know if I should be drinking this while we talk about Bill Cosby. So I'm actually put this back up. So it's probably both misogyny and a little bit of racism, probably both a little bit. Right. There's always been scandals. There's always been scandals, right? And most of the time, what we consider a scandal is just somebody living outside of the boundaries that we've placed about them in our own mind, right? They do something outside of the boundary of our expectation or what we think they should do. And then all of a sudden, now it's whatever. I got you. This is water. This is water. So let's talk about Bill Cosby real quick. And then I'm going to talk about these 5 people that you need to avoid. So not only did they try to bring down Shakira, hear me. When Bill Cosby got out, they tried to crucify anybody that even congratulated. Oh, yeah. Right now, they are dragging Felicia Rashad now because she's talking, because she said she was glad that Bill Cosby got out. Let me actually see. I'm about to go to Twitter right now. Did she delete it? I think she may have deleted it. Yep, I think she deleted it. Which she should not have. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, cancel culture is real. Y'all, come on. Now, all right, let's talk. This is going to be unpopular. This is going to be unpopular, but I don't care. I'm just telling you what I think. Hear me, y'all. Where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Now, a little bit of smoke or a little bit of condensation can sometimes be confused as smoke. If it's cold outside and you open your mouth, you may see something that looks like smoke, right? If you cook some food and there's some steam coming off of it, you may see a little bit of smoke. If it's just a little bit of smoke, it don't always mean that there's fire. It could just mean that there's something hot and that is disrupting the environment that it's around, which causes a little bit of vapor. But if you see smoke, like clouds of smoke, usually there's some type of fire. Y'all, I like Bill Cosby. I think that he's cool. I think that he's great. If one person, okay, let me just ask y'all this. Can two things be true that seemingly work against each other? All right. Now, this is a principle for life. I need y'all to hear this. Just because somebody is bad doesn't mean everything they say is wrong. But the trick of the enemy is to corrupt a person's character to the point that you can no longer trust anything that they say. Are y'all following me? So in our mind, a lot of times, we don't understand that two things can exclusively be true. Watch me. Can Bill Cosby be a good person? Yes. Can Bill Cosby have taken advantage of some women? Yes. Could network executives and other people in the entertainment industry see Bill Cosby trying to buy a network and try to create a plan to circumvent or subvert Bill Cosby's plan and to corrupt his character? Yes. Hear me. All three of those can be true. The network execs can know about one person that has some type of disgruntled grievance against Bill Cosby. They can utilize that one grievance to find other grievances and use that to build a case to corrupt a person's character that you know is a good person that may have flaws. Just like your mama is a good person, but she may have an alcohol problem. Your uncle is a good person, but he may have touched somebody. People can be legitimately good people and have moments where they are monsters. They can be great people and have moments where they make mistakes or they do something wrong. And please hear me. If a person has power, it becomes very hard for someone to check them, for them to know that what they're doing is abusive, and they could continue abusing someone under the guise of authority, or this is their job, this is just how I am, because their influence makes nobody feel like they have the ability to come and tell them the truth. But they're good people. They love people. They're just mean, spiteful, many times perverse and nasty. But if there's smoke, there's fire. Now, I know some of y'all say, I don't believe Bill Cosby is guilty. I don't believe Bill Cosby is guilty. Well, let me just say it like this. I wouldn't drink nothing he fixed for me. That's just me. That's just me. All right? That's just me. I wouldn't drink. Look, if I go over to his house, I'm bringing my own drink. I'm drinking my own drink. You can drink his latte if you want to. But I've learned that people can be great people. They can love people. They can be awesome. And they can still have perverse patterns. And they can still have issues that I have to distance myself from so I don't get caught up in it. All right? So that's my issue with Bill Cosby. That's my issue with Shakira. I think Shakira should keep on running, girl, in the off season. If you want to have you a little bit of whatever you want to have, you do that in the off season. All right. In the off season, when you're not training, when you're not running, when you're not trying to get in the war, you smoke whatever you want to smoke, drink whatever you want to drink, and you do whatever you want to do as long as it is safe and legal in your state. You do whatever you want to do. All right. But if it's a rule that says you can't do that during the season that you're training and trying to compete, then you're wrong. You can't do that. All right. And Bill Cosby, while I don't believe that every female is lying, I don't believe that every female was telling the truth either. And I believe that, hey, if there was some type of issue in the case, if you are free, then congratulations for your freedom. I'm still concerned with the victims and their trauma. But I'm not going to bash you, and I'm not going to bash people that support you because apparently you were vindicated. Don't mean that you're not guilty. I still think that there's a little bit of guilt there. But I'm not going to crucify you. Right. So if you're just now joining us, I want to welcome you guys to the space program. This is Relational Witchcraft, and my name is Brian Meadows, and we're about to do a teaching called 5 people that you want to avoid. 5 different types of people that you want to avoid. Now, we're using this as a crescendo as we culminate, as we accumulate all of the teaching, all of the revelation, all of the wisdom that the Lord has shared with us for the last few weeks in our series, Relational Witchcraft. I'm going to sum some of it up tonight with the teaching that we call 5 types of people that you need to try to avoid. 5 different types of people. Hear me. There are different personalities that can become a host for witchcraft. There are different personalities that are very susceptible to witchcraft. One of those is the Ahab personality, and one is the Jezebel personality. People that are very passive, and then people that are very aggressive. Those people that reside on the extreme places or the extreme parts of that personality spectrum, those people become very susceptible to become manipulators, controllers, intimidators, domineering, condescending, and people that really utilize witchcraft to manage and to navigate their relationships. And I want you to be cognizant, and I want you to be very aware of these 5 different personalities or these 5 different types of people. But before we start that, couple of things, I need y'all to like it and I need y'all to share it. And if you haven't had the opportunity yet, guess what, y'all? It's Monday night. You also have the opportunity to sow, to invest, to plant a seed in good ground. We've been seeing so many testimonies in the areas of opportunity, favor, finance, business, contracts, acceleration. I don't want you to miss the opportunity to sow where you get the opportunity. All right. So we are dealing with 5 different types of people that I want you to be aware of. All right. 5 different types of people that I want you to be aware of. But before we start that, do me a favor and share it, and let me know that you've shared it by typing, I shared it, I shared it, I shared it, I shared it. Share it, y'all. I'm going to come back. All right, we back. This is like our second segment, and we are going to get ready to do a teaching that I call 5 types of people to watch out for. And I want to really explain this because there are certain personality types that you can look for. There are certain types of people that you can look for where you can go ahead and establish boundaries. You can go ahead and create realistic expectations. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for sharing it. The gifted program is the space program. It's just something else that we're doing, just a different name. All right. So let's talk. Number 1, the offended. I need y'all to write that down. Hear me. I need y'all to hear me. All right. Offense is a wound that demons enter into. Demons love traveling through the portal of offense. And this is why, number 1, as a believer, your job is to guard yourself from offense. But then number 2, hear me, if you are a creative, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a pastor, if you are if you work by inspiration, if your heart is a part of the process of you being productive, you got to guard your heart and guard your space from people that are easily offended. I want y'all to write down a few verses, all right? Write down a few verses. All right, I want you to write down Luke 7 and 23. Luke 7 and 23. Luke 7 and 23. Now, in Luke 7 and 23, I want you to write it down. Jesus said, and blessed is he whoso shall not be offended in me. Blessed is he who is not offended in me. Jesus said, blessed is he that is not offended in me. Because hear me, when a person is offended, I want y'all to write this down. Hear me. People offended cannot receive. I don't even like that. People offended cannot receive. This is why Jesus said, blessed is he that is not offended in me. The enemy seeks to cause offense between two parties so that there is a wedge of disagreement that creates division so that there is no chasm for impartation to cross upon. Remember, the goal of every relationship is so that there can be a vehicle, a technology of import and export, so God can get everything that you need to you and everything that other people need through you. That is the purpose of relationships. And so whenever there is offense, it literally creates a cut, an open wound in the umbilical cord or in the covenant that two people have, which causes strain on the relationship, strain on the intimacy. As a matter of fact, when people are offended, they become very, very sensitive. Things that used to not hurt all of a sudden hurts. Things that used to not have a lot of pressure and a lot of weight now becomes unbearable because of the offense. And so one of the things you want to guard yourself from is from offended people. Hear me. Offended people will always be susceptible to demonic activity, meaning that offended people will always become a hot spot in your life for there to be issues, strife, arguments, turbulence, for there to always be tension because of the offense. And so you want to guard yourself from people that are offended. Hear me. Y'all got to hear me. I'm not just talking about people that are offended at you. I'm talking about people that are offended by anybody. If they always come to you and say, this person did this, and this person did this, and this person did this, and this person did this, they're going to drain your energy. They're going to take up your time. You're going to cast your pearls before swine because you're going to give them a lot of advice that they never take. Are y'all here? When a person is offended, they cannot receive. All right? When a person is offended, people offended can't hear. All right, I want y'all to write that down. People offended cannot hear. I want y'all to write down James 1 and 19. James 1 and 19 and Proverbs 18 and 19. Come on, y'all, we build it. This is real simple tonight. We're talking about 5 types of people that you need to avoid. Hear me. When you're dealing with witchcraft, yes, has to be confronted. Many times witchcraft has to be dodged, like you got to navigate through it, right? But there are many times where you can save yourself so much headache and you can save yourself so much pain by making sure that you look out for certain types of people, all right? And if you haven't had the opportunity to share this, go ahead and share this. I want to shout out a couple of people that have already sold, already gave. Thank y'all so much. Wow. Ms. Karen, I got your seed. Thank you so much. I appreciate your seed. Every single week you give, I really, really appreciate that. I got your seed. Ronald Wilson, I got your seed. Thank you so much. I got your seed. I really, really appreciate it. I want to make sure that I shout out Colette. I got your seed. I got your seed. Colette, I got your seed. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Shartrina Spring, I got your seed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. I don't forget that. Like, hear me out. When y'all sow something, I don't forget that. It really means a lot to me. And I pray for you. I prophesy over you. I come on here and I pour specifically for people that are reciprocal in their relationship, that give and that they sow, because they know how important this is to me and how much it supports. And so thank you so much. I also want to shout out Anointed Fire. Tiffany Buckner, I got your seed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, girl. I really appreciate you. D'Angelo Smith, I got your seed, man of God. Thank you so much, D'Angelo Smith. I really feel a great season of opportunity opening for you. There's been almost like this dark cloud, almost as if you just feel like there's something that you're not doing, something that you need to do. I want you to know that it's not necessarily something that you're doing or not doing or anything like that, but it's just been a season. And these dark clouds have actually been covering you. They've actually been protecting you, and they've actually been concealing you for the the time that is yet coming. And I want you to know that God is about to open up a door of opportunities for you, and you're about to move into a season of visibility. This dark cloud of concealment is going to begin to roll away. But the Lord wants you to know that you are fully ready, that you are fully staffed, and you are fully furnished to accomplish the assignment that he has for you. So the Lord says, son, go in full confidence and go in your full authority. Do not step back and do not retreat through your it's like a perfectionism. You have to have everything perfect. The Lord says, do not retreat because of your perfectionism, but the Lord says, go forward at my voice, and he's going to make sure that he open up that way for you. But hear me. This is a great season for you. All right. This is a great season for you, D'Angelo Smith. This is a great season for you, D'Angelo Smith. Iris, I want to let me just shout out a couple of more people, and then we're going to get back to teaching. But if you guys can do me a favor, if you have not liked this yet, go ahead and like this for me. All right. It helps the algorithm. It helps people to be able to see this. It helps people to be able to engage. So do me a favor. Go ahead and like this. If you have not shared this yet, do me a favor and share this. But I just want to shout out Iris Burks. Thank you so much. I got your seed. I really, really appreciate you. To Kira, my daughter, I love you so much. I told you, we got to have lunch. This season is for me and you. All right. We about to build. We got stuff to do together. And it's good to see you. Thank you so much for your seed. Carissa Dees, girl, I thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your seed. Alfred Simon, my son, I love you so much. Love you and Taylor. Really, really appreciate you guys. We're going to talk this week as well. Brittany McPherson Gray, I got your seed. Thank you so much. And Janice, I got your seed. Todd Clark, I got your seed too. All right, y'all are giving. I appreciate it. Let's sow, y'all, as we impart. All right, let's continue. We're going to continue. Number 2. All right, what are we dealing with? We are dealing with the 5 types of people to watch out for. All right, the 5 types of people to watch out for. Number 1 is the offended. The offended, they can't receive. The offended cannot hear. And we can go on with that, but let's go to number 2. Let's go to number 2. Now hear me. This one is hard, especially for people that are anointed, especially for people that are compassionate, especially for people that are empathetic, because a lot of times when people come to you and they deal with rejection, what do you want to do? You want to help them. You want to deliver them. You want to cast out that devil. But I want to tell you something. Hear me. I've learned that the enemy sends rejected people into your life to disrupt your rhythm. All right. I see y'all. I'm going to shout you out in just a minute. Thank y'all so much for sowing. But the rejected, hear me, y'all. It's a catch-22. Because when rejected people come in your life, what do you want to do? You want to embrace them to show them that they're not rejected. But I've learned that rejected people that have not taken ownership of their rejection become landmines in waiting, because at some point you're going to do something to them. Watch me, y'all. That they're going to perceive to be rejection. And when somebody is rejected that deals with rejection, they become offended. Now, you look at somebody like Ahab. Ahab dealt with rejection But how did he deal with it? He dealt with rejection by being a people pleaser. He dealt with rejection by overcompensating, by trying to be likable for everybody. Are you following me? And you will have people in your life that they deal with rejection so much that they're constantly trying to adjust or accommodate for you. Watch what I mean. Hey, why you don't call me? Well, I just know you're always busy. Huh? What they got to do with you? It's like they'll use the rejection to become a wedge to not engage. You say that you have no friends. I gave you my phone number. Why won't you text me? Oh, because I know you're busy. See, you're allowing rejection to sabotage the relationship before it ever starts. Are y'all here? Are y'all here? Right, Takira? That's it. That's it. Hear me, y'all. Takira is 100% right. People that are rejected will try to control you through guilt trips. Well, I know you're always busy. I know you go out with other people, but I'm not. Are y'all following me? Y'all, this is good. This is good. If y'all haven't shared this yet, do me a favor and go ahead and share this. If you haven't liked this yet, do me a favor and like it. It only takes you a second to just hit like, to hit a heart, to hit a thumbs up. And then it only takes you a moment to just share it so that somebody else gets this. Number one, you've got to be aware of offended people. Offended people will always become hot spots and hotbeds for demonic activity. You can never be at peace when you have offended people around you. Number two, all right, I want you to write this down. Not just offended people, but rejected people. Rejected people will always see what you do as rejection. They'll always see what you say. They'll always perceive your actions as, for some reason, exclusively toward them. And they become hurt very easily. And it becomes hard for you to focus on your assignment because you're having to deal with their hurt. It becomes hard for you as a pastor, as a CEO, as an entrepreneur to deal with vision because you're having to put out all of these small fires of small offenses and small issues because people have never taken ownership of their rejection. Are y'all following me? Let's keep going. Number three. The double-minded. Come on, I need y'all to write this down. The double-minded. Hear me. Hear me, y'all. If you are going to be successful in the assignment that God has for your life, all right, then you have to staff your relationships. This is something I was just dealing with our seers about. In our e-course seers, I was just talking to them about this, and I told them this. I said, you have to staff your personal life. Learn to staff have to learn to staff your personal life. Meaning that, hear me, you are the CEO of your calling. You are the sole proprietor of your purpose. And so what that means is that you have to dictate who is on your payroll and who's not. Who is helping you accomplish your assignment and who's not. And you can have legitimate family members and friends that are not conducive for your calling, and they don't help perpetuate your purpose. And so even though we have blood, we don't have business. Ah! Did y'all hear that? Y'all got to sow on that. Even though we got blood, that don't mean we got business. And so as a CEO, I have to become very meticulous, and I have to become very intentional about the people I place in my life, the people I allow in my life. And number one, I don't allow offended people in my life. That's a no-go. All right? I don't allow offended people in my life. I don't allow, and hear me out, I minister to offended people. I minister to rejected people. So I'm not talking about ministry. I'm not talking about who's at the altar. I'm not talking about who I'm preaching to. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the people that I chill with. I'm talking about the people I let my hair down around. I'm talking about the people that I let my guard down. I can't let my guard down around offended people. I can't do it. I can't let my guard down around rejected people. And I can't let my guard down around double-minded people. Are y'all here? Of course, I want y'all to write down James chapter 1, verse number 8. Come on, write down James chapter 1, verse number 8. James chapter 1, verse number 8. It says, a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. Not some of his ways, but in all of his ways. Let not that man think that he can ask God for anything. Because whatever he asks God for, hear me, he's never going to be satisfied because he is double-minded. Are y'all here? Another word for double-minded, watch me, y'all. Write down 1 Timothy 3 and 8. Y'all ain't here, man. Write down 1 Timothy 3 and 8. First Timothy 3 and 8. This is what it says. I'm about to post it for you. Y'all, this is crazy. Watch this. Now, I like 1 Timothy 3 and 8 because it says deacons likewise must be men of dignity, not double-tongued or addicted to much wine or fun of sordid gain. All right. But what I want you to look at is where it says not double-tongued. All right. minds equal 2 mouths. I like that better. Y'all see this? Hear me. A double-minded person is a double-tongued person. A double-tongued person will say something different behind your back than they said in front of your face. So I can't trust them. They're always going to be a source of anxiety relationally because I can't trust them. And so what I'm looking for is integrity. Integrity is when the two, I don't want to say the two minds, but integrity is when there is a unification of mindset. Is when I don't got two mindsets about a particular issue. I don't have two mindsets when it comes to Bill Cosby. I don't have two mindsets when it comes to Shakira, because if I have two mindsets, that's going to become the foundation for my hypocrisy. Two minds create, like Takira said, two faces, which creates hypocrisy. I need one face, all right? But one face requires one mind. One mind creates one tongue. One tongue, I can start to build my cachet of trust. You can trust me because I'm a person of my word. But I can't trust somebody that talks to me different, right? Like they talk to me one way, but they talk to other people a different way. I can't trust that, right? So I gotta always look at that. Let's keep going. We're almost done. Number 4, y'all. We're at number 4. The complainer. The complainer. Number 4, y'all, the complainer. I know that's kind of written kind of bad. Write this down. Complainers, number 1, they corrupt seasons. All right? I want y'all to write this down. Complainers corrupt. Hear me. Complainers steal seasons. In seasons where you should be joyful, in seasons where you should be rejoicing, in seasons where you should be, just enjoying the rewards, the fruits of your labor, in seasons where you should be just turning up and having a good time, you always gonna have somebody around you that is complaining. No matter how great things are going, no matter how great God is blessing you, you're going to always have somebody that complains. And this is why complaining is so detrimental to our progress, is because it stops us from being able to enjoy the nutrients of the moment. And it starts to make us highlight, or it starts to make us emphasize or become increasingly aware of things that are either not perfect, things that are not changeable, things that are in our past, things that are in the future, and things that have nothing to do with right now. I need you hear me. There is somebody right now, you have complainers in your life. It is hard. Now, hear me. I'm about to say this too. Another word for a complainer. I'm just writing this down for y'all. All right. I don't know if y'all saw that. Let me make sure y'all see that. All right. Another word for the complainer is the humbler. These are people that whenever God begins to do great things in your life, for some reason, they become increasingly concerned with your humility. Now, they weren't concerned about your humility when you were broke and busted and disgusted and all that. They weren't complaining about it. They were saying, girl, be confident. Walk in your authority. Walk in your grace. Walk in your mantle. The moment God started using you, be humble now. Don't forget where you came from. Don't forget the people that got you here. You didn't make it on your own. Be humble now. Complainers corrupt seasons. And complainers spoil moments. All right, I'm done. I'm going to, now hear me. Each one of these personalities, all right? I want y'all to understand. Each one of these personalities becomes a hotbed for demonic activity. Each one of these personalities attracts, like a magnet, spirits of witchcraft and control. Number one, it is the offended. Number two, it is the rejected. Think about Ahab. Think about Judas. Judas is at the table, still feels rejected. The double-minded. All right? The double-minded. You can't trust them. They always have 18 different sides of the story. They can never take responsibility for their rejection or for what they did. They're double-minded. Double-minded, remember, the two minds are going to equal two mouths, which are going to equal two conversations, which you cannot trust. Number four, the complainer. After you have the double mind, number four, you have the complainer. Remember, complaining corrupts seasons, and complaining spoils moments. We also refer to the complainer as the humbler because they feel like it is their personal responsibility to keep you humble. And then the last one. Y'all ain't ready for this one. Now, before I say this one, hear me. Before I say this one, I want to give you an opportunity to sow, because when I say this one, it's going to convict many of you to sow. And so I don't want y'all to sow after y'all hear this. I want you to sow based on the revelation, based on the wisdom, based on the Holy Spirit, based on what you feel God saying. And for many of you, you're really believing God for something significant. I want you to sow a significant seed. And I got to shout out a few people. Let me shout out a few people. I got you. All right. Ty Clark, I got your seed. Thank you so much, sister. You always support. You're always giving. Every time I see you on here, I get excited because I believe that there's somebody that's hungry. There's a leader. There's somebody that believes in what we're doing. So I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. Ty Clark. Matthew Fuller, I got your seed, man of God. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your seed. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you so much for your faithfulness. I got your seed. Thank you so much. Kellen, I got your seed, man of God. I'm always praying for you, Kellen. All right, you're part of my Anomalies mentorship program, and I'm always praying for you, man. I love you, and I appreciate your continued support. Who else we got? We got Alexis R. All right. For fresh revelation, I got you, sis. I got you. Thank you so much for your seed. Really, really appreciate you. Georgie and Neil, I got you. Thank you so much for your seed. I got your seed. Christina, I love you so much, daughter. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you for everything you do. I got your seed. D'Angelo Smith, you sold twice, bruh. You sold twice. Special blessing. We pray a blessing of double, a blessing of prosperity, a blessing of acceleration, a blessing of abundance. We pray it over you. Let it be your portion in Jesus' name. Amen. Flatina. Sometimes, Flatina, you're the only person that be scaring me when you sow, because I don't know. Number one, I don't know where you be getting this money. All right, don't be selling Shakira nothing. Miss Richardson, don't be selling nothing. I don't know where you be, but I appreciate your seed. Thank you so much, Josh. I got you, man. I'm praying for you. I love you, Josh. I got your seed as well, Mr. Turner. Glanisha, I got your seed. Wow, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Glanisha. We're about to get ready. We're about to get ready to be done, y'all. All right, I got one more. And then we're done. As a matter of fact, I'm so glad somebody said this. You register. Thank you so much. Right now, registration is open. Look, we ain't even telling a whole bunch of people yet because we already know it's going to be filled. We got limited capacity. We already packed. Let's be honest. We already packed. We got limited capacity. But right now, the Create Conference is open for registration. If you would want to be a part of that, you can go ahead and register tonight. We ain't telling people until like the end of this week, but registration is open right now. The Create Conference, go to thecreateconference.com and you can register. Flatina, I know you work hard for that money, girl. I know you work hard for that money. Thank you so much for your seed. I really, really appreciate it, man. I don't know why you support like you do, but I appreciate it. All right, let me shout out a couple of more people, and then we're going to end our program for tonight. Ruth, daughter, I appreciate you. You always sow. You're always consistent. Thank you so much for always seeing the need, always filling that gap. Bishop, I got you. I miss Bishop Williams. Thank you so much, man of God. Thank you. I got your seed. Really, really appreciate it. Darlise, I got you for the Destiny Killers. I got you. All right. Always praying for you. Always praying for you in trade. Y'all know y'all got my heart. Sinietta Davis, I got your seed. Georgie and Neil, I got your seed. Thank you so much. Thank you for praying for me and my family. I got your seed. Shante, I got you for wisdom. I'm praying for you that the Lord would give you a diadem and a crown of wisdom, that the Lord would give you the spirit of wisdom, the anointing for wisdom, that you would have wisdom beyond your age and your education, and that your wisdom will open up opportunities that neither your character nor your age nor the conversations of men can ever shut. I thank you for wisdom in Jesus' name. God said that you can ask for wisdom and he will give liberally and upbraid none. And so I want to thank you for that. Brittany McPherson Gray, thank you so much for your seed. I got Lucretia, girl, thank you so much for your seed. Really, really appreciate it. I got your seed. And then lastly, before we end this, Lily, I got your seed. Lily, all right? Let's go ahead. Now, Last one. So we dealt with all four of these. We dealt with the offended. We dealt with the rejected. We dealt with the double-minded. We dealt with the complainer. And we dealt with, the complainer, which we also call the humbler. Now, all of these different personalities are susceptible to witchcraft, but none like the fifth. Hear me. You got to watch out for the offended. You got to watch out for the rejected. You got to watch out for the double-minded person. You got to watch out for the complainer. But hear me. There is no person that will enter your life that will be more susceptible to witchcraft, more an agent of control, manipulation, abuse than somebody that ain't got their own money. They'll come into your life and want to sleep at your house. They'll come into your life and want to ride in your car. They'll come into your life, go out to eat with you, and actually expect you to pay for their meal. Hear me. One of the quickest ways to control a person's actions is to control their money. And if you're always giving me gas money, there's no way you can be enjoying yourself. If you're always burdened because of my financial hardship, you'll never be able to enjoy yourself. And there are people that the enemy sends into your life to drain you of resources. They ain't fixing their credit. They ain't building a house. They don't need money for a mortgage. They literally need money for food. You never see that again. And they're draining you cent by cent, penny by penny, dollar by dollar, because they ain't got their own money. Hey, we can add it. Are y'all here? I need y'all to understand. This is a form of control. That's so good, Tiffany. That's so good. That's so good. I love that. I avoid people who say thank you more than they say you're welcome. That's so good. If you come into my life and you have financial issues, that's fine. But we're going to develop a plan to get you out of that situation. And that plan does not include me paying your bills. You following me? It includes you budgeting your money and then you becoming disciplined in your spending habits. Are y'all following me? But what I'm trying to show you is that many times people that have financial hardships, they become a hook for manipulation. They become a hook for control. They become a hook for what's the word I want to use? You know, even intimidation sometimes, because sometimes it becomes hard for you to tell them no. Some of you, it is hard for you to tell people no, especially when they ask for money. It's hard for you. And this is something that the Lord has to deliver you from, lest you go broke trying to help the broke. All right? Yeah, I pray that you guys enjoyed this. I pray that you guys got this. 5 people that you need to avoid. 5 people that you don't want to have no parts of. All right? No, number 1, the offended. Number 2, the rejected. Number 3, the double-minded. Number 4, the complainer. And then number 5, the broke. All right, people. I'm going to let y'all go. We did a good hour and 30 minutes. I pray that you guys got something. I want to let you go. But before you do that, y'all, we got 89 likes. All right. We had over 1,000 people on here. Do me a favor before you guys leave. Like this video real quick before you leave. I'm not going to let y'all go before you like this video. Let me see how many people we got on YouTube real quick. YouTube, we doing pretty good tonight. We doing pretty good tonight. It's good to see y'all, YouTube. I appreciate y'all being in the building. This was simple. It was very simple. I hope it was concise, and I hope that it made sense. All right. I pray that it made sense for you during this series on relational witchcraft. Awesome. All right. Thank y'all so much. We need 2 more likes to hit over 100 likes. First time listener, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hope 101. I appreciate it. How do you like? If you're on Facebook, just hit the like button, right? We're at 99. Come on. One more like, and we are good, y'all. 1 more like, and we are good. Hit that like button, and we are good. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, darlings. I really appreciate that. I want to make sure that it's digestible. I want to make sure that it's relatable. I want to make sure that it's practical so that it makes sense and that you can actually apply it. If you have not had thank y'all so much. We are at 100 likes. Thank y'all so much. If you haven't had the opportunity to share this yet, before you log off, make sure you share it. If you haven't had the opportunity to sow, I appreciate you guys for sowing. Let me just... Thank you, Michaela. I got your seed. Thank you, Liz. I got your seed. And I already shouted out Lily. Thank y'all so much for your seed, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. All right. Until next time, I'm going to be on here probably later on this week, especially next week. We got a brand new series that we're about to start here at the Space Program or the Gifted Program. All right. We got a brand new series. Until then, y'all, I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.